Instagram, Synthetic Future here. I just wanted to do a little bit of a longer video about the audio damage plugins. Because 1 minute is just a little too short to talk about everything. And there's still a full day of sales going on, so I wanted to demonstrate some iOS apps using my JDXA from Roland. Connected through the iPad. If you want to know how I did that, you can check out my previous Instagram story, or you can check the video on YouTube as well. So let's delve into this. The first plugin I want to talk about is the EOS reverb. So for this I'll first demonstrate some strings. And now with a little bit of EOS reverb. So the EOS reverb has 4 different reverb algorithms and a whole bunch of presets you can use, ranging from anything from really small holes all the way to really big atmospheric types of sounds. You can make it really, really big if you want to. So there's a whole lot of tail going on there. It's even more fun if you put it on more percussive sounds. So let's grab like a little bass. So you can go from something really short all the way to something really long for those full atmospheric string-like sounds. So that's EOS. It's a really cool reverb plugin, which can of course also be used with your iPad apps using something like or a DAW. Let's get rid of that one. Let's move on. Let's grab Dischord. Now Dischord is some pitch shifting VST. It has the vintage setting that is modeled after the Eventide H910 pitch shifter. Can go actually really low. So this is like an octave. Should be able to go. Huh. I know it can go an octave up. Somewhere around there. It also has a built-in delay and some built-in reverb. So this guy makes some really weird noises. So that's Discord for all your weird pitch shifting needs. Let's move on to grind. I don't think I have to say this is a distortion unit. That's a bit hot. So let's take something that's a little bit less distorted. So you can also modulate a lot of the parameters of this distortion plugin, which is pretty cool. And you can also make it a whole lot less aggressive, which can be really useful as well. This plugin is especially fun on guitars, bass guitars as well. Adds a lot of growl to it. Let's see, what more do we have? We also have Fuzz Plus. This one is actually free on the computer. I think it's also a free app. I also really enjoy fuzz when used on like a drum. So let's quickly Grab a drum kit. So it's a lot of fun and free. Alright, Filterstation. So this can add a lot of movement to your things. So you have a lot of filter types here as well, so you can do a notch. It's actually one of my favorite plugins on the iOS platform because it's so versatile. You can animate using LFOs, all that sort of fun stuff. Extremely high amounts of fun to be had there. So let's quickly move on to one of the final ones that I find very interesting, a channel strip. It's not exactly extremely exciting, but it is a channel strip. And it allows you to gate, which is really nice when you have a guitar connected to your iPad. Now, stuff like Bias FX already has a gate module in it, but if you're going to use like and plugins like this, it's really nice to have a gate. It also has an EQ. And a compressor. So it was handy to have a little channel strip to use. Now some things I don't use too often is Enso, which is a pretty nice little plugin. It's a looper, essentially a looper pedal. So let's get some click going in there. Let's sync it up. So you can also loop over existing tracks. You can make it to fade out. The old takes So you record effectively over them. And it's also DAW synced, so it's synced to the on tempo. You can also set up start and ending points for a total of 4 sectors. So you can essentially loop little bits of So if you're into a looper, that can definitely be a useful plugin. I used to use it for looping drums, but eventually found that using MIDI was better anyways. So I don't really use it that much anymore. And there's also Replicant, which is a bit of a weird plugin. So for this I'll get some drums back in there. I'll actually add some MIDI for the drums. Let's see, where it is. No, that one. Set it to, yep. There we go. Perfect. Oh, that sucked. There we go. Now, the idea behind Replicant is that it can play around with how the beat is played, so you can place these dots in your circle to make it glitch and repeat a little bit. Like that. So there you go. That's a pretty interesting little thing if you're interested into these glitchy, random, unpredictable beats. You can of course also use tone guitar or synths or whatever you want to do. Although because it does chop a lot, you can get weird things with your release if you put it on synthesizers, but whatever you want to do, right? And I think that's about it for the ones I have. Yeah, those are all the audio damage plugins I have right now, so they should still be in the store at a nice discounted price. There it is. Now I can't see the prices, but you can also see they also have a synthesizer. Distortion. Some other stuff I don't have, but I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of the kind of plugins they have, and if you're interested in getting them, go ahead and buy them. If you're not, well, you don't have to. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.